And welcome back, folks. Today we are taking a closer look at the Lakewood Pump House, located just 3 miles north of Duluth, Minnesota city limits, supposedly built in 1897. And reading directly from Duluth's Grand Old Architecture, 1870 to 1940 by Tony Dearkins and the late great Mary Ann C. Norton. Duluth's first water reservoir was built in 1884 above First Street along Point of Rocks, over a natural spring from which 8 barrels of water flowed every day. Elsewhere, Duluth got its fresh water from pipes that drew in from Lake Superior. This worked fine until the 1880s, when the booming population increasingly used the streams that fed the lake as open sewers, contaminating the water supply and causing a series of typhoid epidemics. In the late 1890s, the city began creating a proper sewer system, but it could not do it fast enough to control the typhoid outbreaks. Efforts of one man changed all of that. German immigrant Caspar Henry Trulson came to Duluth in 1870, working in a variety of trades before opening a successful fishery and later entering the grocery business. As a city alderman in the late 1890s, he fought to create a new water system. In 1896, he ran for the mayor as, quote, the people's candidate, promising Duluthians safe drinking water, which won him the election and earned him the nickname Typhoid Trulson. Once Trulson was in office, the city began preparing plans and acquiring a site for a massive system of pumps that would draw water from Lake Superior a safe distance from the population base, away from waters possibly tainted by human waste. It found an ideal location in Lakewood Township, 3 miles north of the Lester River, on land donated by the Lakewood Land Company. By January 30th, 1896, work on the pump house had begun. The facility was designed by William Patton. He was not an architect, but Duluth's city engineer. Faced with red-orange brick, Patton's Romanesque Revival building stands more than 2 stories high, under a hipped roof and atop a brownstone foundation. The structure's northwest corner features a round medieval tower, battlements, and originally a conical roof. Large arched windows and skylights helped illuminate the interior, which holds only 3 rooms, including a 98 by 60-foot pump room. The other rooms were used to store chlorine and housed the boilers that provided steam power to run the pumps. An office was housed within the tower, and a garage was built along the building's east facade. Once it was complete, the facility started pumping Lake Superior water 3 miles southwest to the Lester River through a 42-inch wide pipe. A system of pipes and reservoirs then carries clean water to most of Duluth. Those living in the city's far western portion get their water from artesian wells. Renovation made in 1932 added stone detailing to the building's front entry, eliminating the skylights, and removed the tower's conical cap. The building's smokestack also came down. Once electricity powered the system, the steam boilers were no longer needed. In 1941, the windows on the front facade were replaced with glass block. Today, the Lakewood Pump House continues to deliver on Trulson's promise, supplying the Zenith City with about 20 million gallons of clean water each day. So to recap, a German immigrant named Caspar Henry Trulson, which Trulson happens to be a Danish and Norwegian surname, but never mind that, came to Duluth in the year 1870. And coincidentally, the same year of 1870, Duluth, Minnesota became a chartered city, and the Lodge number 28 of the Odd Fellows was established in the city of Duluth. So then this Trulson works in a variety of trades, then opens a successful yet unnamed fishery. Then he enters the grocery business successfully. Then he is also a city legislator, and he starts to rail on creating a new water system for the city of Duluth. He then became known as Typhoid Trulson because of his campaign promising for safe drinking water while running for mayor. Then we are told this project started on January 30th of 1896, immediately after Trulson becomes mayor. And then it is whipped up in 6 to 8 months. We are also told the architect wasn't even an official architect. He was the city engineer. So obviously it would be built in a classic Romanesque revival style and completed in 6 to 8 months. Can you imagine the logistics to build this structure that was 15 miles north of the city port and over 3 miles outside of the very outer edge of a still very rural area known as the city limit? And remember, they were still using horse and wooden wheeled wagons at this time. And they say the sewer system was taking too long, as it had been 7 years' time and they were still insufficient for a town of less than 30,000 people. Yet, these laymen build a giant castle pump house into the ledge rock on the shore of Lake Superior, build a giant custom pump, and run a 42-inch pipe 3+ miles through the woods to then send water through most of the city of Duluth. And we continue to use this exact infrastructure 130+ years later. Why would they need such an ornate pump house? And how could these laymen design, build, and implement this so fast and efficiently in the year of 1897? I would love to know what you folks think. Please leave your comments below. And thanks again for watching, folks. Please like, share, and subscribe.